Well, my Frenchmans, this little stupid thing here is officially going to be the last red fox that I shoot at night here in the Hunter Call of the Wild. At least in my grind. I don't know what'll happen in the future in casual hunts and whatnot, but I can tell you, this is the last one I'll shoot purposely at night. And we're going to take him out right now. Goodbye, night grind. Thank you, expansive worlds. Oh my gosh, dude, this... I can say, I can confirm 100%, this is the worst Great One grind I've ever done out of all of them. I'm not going to get into why. Try shooting fox at night and you'll find out within the first 10 minutes. With the night vision equipment. Some people will use the Odin and stuff at night. I can't see a dang thing when I do it, so I choose not to. But now, there's no point to use the Odin at night, my friends, because there's a new method with the feeders that's going to make this grind, oh, so much easier, guys. It's going to be a morning grind now instead of a middle of the night grind or a right at sunset grind. Whatever the heck you want to say. A pain grind is what it is. And this little fella here, like I said, is going to be the last ever red fox that I shoot at night. Goodbye, night grind. I am so happy to say that. So obviously, if you guys couldn't tell, today what we're going to be doing is setting up the feeder grind for the red fox. I've found a method. If you guys seen my last video with the Great One Wolf guide for the feeders, it completely changed the grind. I expect kind of the same thing to go on with this grind. I think it's going to change it amazing. But the setup might be just a little tiny bit different because of how thick the lakes are here. So without further ado, guys, wasting no more of your time. If you're new here, my name is Squid. I've been playing the Hunter Call of the Wild since I was 8 years old. Yes, I'm currently 16. Might have actually been 7 when I started playing. I can't remember, bro. I'm known for extreme detail and extreme simplicity in my guides here on YouTube, and my goal by the end of 2026 is 50,000 subscribers. If you guys want to help me out in reaching that, wait till the end of today's video. If you end up enjoying it, find it helpful in any way, shape, or form, you might as well join the family. If you guys have any questions, concerns, let me know down below in the comment section as always. Wasting no more of your time, guys, let's go ahead and dive right into it. Alrighty boys, so the very first thing that I'm doing is turning the lights on so I can actually see what I'm doing. Doesn't matter the time right now, just set it to like 9 o'clock. Alright, next, I'm taking all the night vision stuff out of my loadout permanently. And it will never be back in my loadout, I can promise you that. Unless feeders get removed for some reason. Grab the normal binos there, thank God, dude. This grind is so bad, it's so bad, and I'm so happy that finally we have a method like this. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a quick look at what we got going on here. Gonna kind of go over this a little bit. As you can see, I have tents and tripods set up in very, very weird ways. Now, if you haven't seen my Red Fox grind where I teach you exactly how to set up like this for the drink zone method, you don't need to go watch it, but if you did watch it, your setup should be the exact same as mine because you can just copy my setup. Can't do that with every drink zone grind, just this one because of how their drink zones spawn. So not only is this grind a pain because it's at night, it's also a pain because their drink zones are never in the same places. You shoot a red fox, the drink zone can come back at any of these 5 lakes in a completely random place on these 5 lakes. The feeders are going to make it so that way we always know exactly where the red foxes are going to be because they're only going to be at the feeder. They won't be able to go anywhere else. They can't feed at random places. They can only feed at the feeder. So we're going to be able to guarantee where the foxes are every single time. Right now, what we're going to start with doing is going to every single one of our fast travel tents. Don't worry about your claim tents right now. Leave those alone. We're going to start with this zone here, as this is the first zone that I go to for my rotation. Let's just go spawn in there and see what we can get done. Okay, guys, look at this. This, I can see set up here already. This here is going to make an insane setup. So there's a couple things that we're going to need real quick. First and foremost, we're going to grab the feeders that attract foxes, which are the scent tube feeders here. Going to buy 8 of these specifically. You want to make sure you have 8, no more, no less. Come into your storage and obviously drag it out into your inventory. Then also, we're definitely going to need more than 1 tripod. So I think I'm just going to buy some more of those, despite the fact that I have some on the map already. I'm just too lazy to go pick them up. Okay, 8 tripods. So, first thing that you're going to want to do, as long as you followed my fox method, is come to this zone here. If you didn't follow my fox method and you're not already set up like this on drink zones, then you can just kind of mirror what's going on here. Maybe go to this outpost, run around this lake here, find a place to place your tent, and just kind of copy what's going on. It doesn't have to be in the exact same place, but somewhere's around the lake, within 400 meters of the lake, because fox 100% drink here for you. It's a home range, they drink there for everyone. It's just a matter of where their drink zone is going to spawn at, and you want that feeder to be within 400 meters of where that drink zone spawns, so that way you know for sure the fox will be attracted to it. Not going to go too in detail on how the feeders work. Just going to kind of move on with the method here. So once you spawn in, kind of take a look around. Let's see what we got going on here. Out there at about 250 meters, that is where I'm placing my feeder. Now you want to make sure that the tent that you're spawning into is over 250 meters from where you're placing your feeder at, because of the fact that if this tent were 220, 230 meters, there's a chance that when I spawn into that tent, to go to my tripod, which we're about to place to shoot this feeder, this imaginary feeder that's not placed yet, we're going to set that up last. There's a chance that if I were 217 right here, a little bit closer, when I spawn in, they could spook. Now obviously you don't want that. So I got my tent already at about exactly 250 meters. I just marked the location of where I want it. Looks like it's going to work out perfectly. I recommend that you place your tripod, grab it here, somewhere's around 170 to 160 meters. Right on top of this hill here is going to work amazing for me. Looks like about 175. The shot is going to be relatively easy. Actually, extremely easy. It's very, very wide open here. And all I'm going to do is run up there and place down my feeder. Now, real quick for tripods, you want to make sure it's not any closer than 150 meters to the feeder, because if you have your tripod closer than 150 meters to the feeder, when you're running from your tent into your tripod, and you got to run relatively close to the feeder, which 150 meters are closer specifically, is where they'll start to hear you. So keep that in mind. You could just slow down if you wanted to, but it's wasting time. I'd suggest that you just place your tripod always over 164 meters. This goes for anything. Drink zones, feeders, anything. Because like right now I'm at 145. They could hear me moving right now and they'd take off running. If they were there and at the feeder at their feed time, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. Okay, so now what I'm going to do as I run up here is first and foremost grab the dang feeder. We're going to place it right on my waypoint where I know it's exactly 250 meters. Oh, I forgot. I got my boar grind set up. Yeah, that might do something. Pretend it's here, though. Pretend it's here. I'll go take it down here in a few minutes. You'd place it right here, and then you'd place a tent somewheres near it. And that is a claim tent. Now, the reason that you're placing a tent somewheres near it is very, very simple. People get confused here. It's so that way you don't got to run from your tripod all the way up here to claim your kills. And that there is a setup zone. You just got to imagine that the feeder's here, because Squid's an idiot. Now what I would do is I'd probably take down this tripod for my drink zone, take down this tent over here for a claim tent, also for my drink zone grind, and save them and use them for something else, because I'm never going to do the drink zone grind again. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my grind set up real quick. You're just going to want to repeat this process of kind of finding a nice wide open area to place the feeder. You might need to tweak some things around a little bit. I'll go over my final setup here in just a couple seconds. For me, it's going to be an hour or two at least, but for you guys, you have the luxury of watching a freaking YouTube video, so it's only a couple seconds. And I'll see you guys then. Okay guys, it only took me about an hour, hour and a half. But just like any other feeder grind, right when you first get it set up, it might take the feeders a second to start attracting animals. That's at least what I've noticed. Sometimes I'll have to 1 minute trick a couple times. It looks like none of the feeders that I have set up are attracting yet. It just takes them a minute. My wolf grind did the exact same thing. Now my wolf grind with feeders is one of my favorite grinds. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and reset the time one more time. This is what I got going on for a setup. I would say you guys can probably copy this setup. You shouldn't have any issues with it. If one of your feeders for some reason doesn't end up attracting foxes, then just rotate it around the lake until eventually you find a position of where it will. And I can tell you right now, you know, being able to use the Odin, being able to use the normal binos, being able to see the blood on the ground without having to have your flashlight on is going to be so helpful for this grind. Oh, look at this. We got foxes up there now. See, I told you guys, sometimes it just takes it a second. They just spawned in right before our eyes. That's crazy. And there you go. The foxes that would be at this lake, drinking miserably, barely even being able to see them. The feeder just completely took care of that. I should be able to get all three of these easily. I won't have to do those weird rotation strategies now where I go through one rotation, shoot only males, come back the next rotation, shoot only females. If you don't know how the foxes work, I'd suggest that you check out my drink zone guide for them. I get into how they work. You do have to shoot the females in order to get the male respawns. But guys, this is on another level already. Look at that. Look at that, dude. This is what we needed for so freaking long, dude. This is already on another level. I only shot 2 foxes. I haven't even picked them up yet. I'm already, like, hands down, best way to grind foxes now. No doubt about it. So you yoink this one, and this one. And when I'm doing the drink zone method, sometimes it'll take me their entire drink time to find a singular fox. The feeders shouldn't even be working yet. They've been set up for such a short amount of time. Immediately, fox is down. Let's go see if this zone has anything at it. Pretty much exactly what I did is I just went to these lakes where there's fox for sure, found areas that look promising, nice and wide open, and look at that. Now don't panic if your zone has only females at it. What's happening for me is the males that are usually down here aren't here right now, and the reason for that is because, like I said here a couple seconds ago, I do those weird grinding methods where I'll only shoot males on one rotation and leave the females, and obviously for the fox, the males won't respawn. So that tells me that last rotation on this lake I only shot males. Should probably be in a tripod here, by the way. Hunting pressure is going to matter now for this grind. It didn't before, but it is now, because if there's too much pressure around the feeders, they won't come back. When I shoot these 2 females, males will come back with more females. Also, I have a tripod right there because of the fact that I have a feeder on this side of the lake as well, so there should be foxes from this corner of the lake going to that feeder. So double feeders at this lake should cover the entire thing. If you find foxes elsewhere, then maybe set up one more. I think as of right now I only have 6 feeders set up. You could set up more feeders at every lake or even a couple other lakes if you wanted to. The red fox can be at and just increase your consistency. But right now I'm just sticking with these 6. I'll eventually expand as soon as I get done recording this guide. Okay, let's go ahead and yoink these guys. Now they're still going to be kind of a pain to shoot just because they're so small, but dude, we can actually see what's going on, and we have a scope that zooms 1,000,000 times more than the night vision scope, which barely zooms at all. Just like that, we got a claim tent over there. It's so nice to guarantee that the fox are going to be right in that specific location, because before my claim tent was here, sometimes I'd shoot a fox on this side of the lake and have to run the whole lake just to claim it. Nope, the fox grind is consistent now, boys. And just like that, 2 foxes down immediately. Should give me some male respawns. Next rotation, I'll probably have some males and females to shoot here. And then from this point, I can just literally jump back down, we'll run to that tripod and see what's in this feeder. So we're utilizing 1 tent here. As for what to shoot, this is something that I really didn't cover in my last wolf guide for the feeders. I kind of forgot to talk about it. It doesn't matter what you shoot, unless you're going to herd manage, which we're not talking about because there's really no point to with a feeder grind, unless you want like extreme consistency for like diamond spawns or something. I really don't see a point in doing it. If you're going to herd manage, the easiest way to do it is going to be with drink zones, because you have to find all of your need zones. There's no way around that. There's usually hundreds of feed zones for every animal. Literally all you need to do is follow these guides, set up, and start shooting. I would suggest if you can to shoot the 2 biggest males out of each zone, because that'll maximize your chances of bigger males coming back. It looks like for this feeder, as of right now at least, there's nothing here. Might just take it a second to get it kicked in. This zone here I see a ton of potential in. It seems super wide open from when I set it up. There's nothing there yet, but here just a second ago I seen the fox spooking thing. So honestly, what might be going on here, I might need to flip this feeder over to this side, which is no big deal. This is also super wide open here. Got a little rabbit there, by the way. And then move my tent and tripod to that side. But this specific location, kind of in this, you can see it on the map, this divot here on this lake. Try to get your feeder somewhere in there because it's super wide open on that side. Super wide open on this side. But I'm going to try resetting the time a couple times and see if we can't get foxes spawn in here as well. This zone up here for me is going to be another game changer because this lake is so unfathomably thick that I would have an extremely hard time just hitting anything there. I have my feeder right next to it, so all the foxes that were here should just go right to this feeder. Although it says 100% bait remaining, so they might not be there yet. Wait till you guys see the difference. If you've watched my live streams, you remember how bad this lake is for thickness. Wait till you see the difference, man. This is game changing, or grind changing. Could be game changing, depends on how much you like the fox. Look at this. It's like a different map, dude. Just go back to one of my live streams and fast forward to one of the points where I was on this lake, or if I made a fox guide, go watch my original fox guide. I think I showed this zone in that video. Look at this, dude. I hope they're here. Even if they're not, amazing example. You just gotta reset the time a few times. I think they're there. Yeah, they're here. Look at this. The fox that are here, I can actually see them. I can actually hit them. It's a miracle, guys. It's a miracle. This zone is actually possible to shoot now. Because before it was almost impossible. You can just see all the trees around it. If you didn't immediately have your sights on them immediately as you spawn in, you weren't getting them. I did forget to place a claim tent down there, so I'll do that as I get down there. And here we go. Just like that, you got the beautiful sunrise here. Just look how bad this lake is. I'll run down here for you guys. I used to have a tent, as you seen it probably at the beginning of the video when I showed my map, on this end of the lake and on that end of the lake. And it was just a matter of picking a random side. If the foxes are down there on that end, then great, they wouldn't spook. But if they were on the end that you spawned in on, you'd have to try to, like, Call of Duty style grab them before they run away. But even if, I mean, sometimes they'd be standing behind those trees, behind those rocks down there. It was just miserable in general. This lake was terrible. Now it's amazing. The feeders changed the fox grind forever, dude. This is so, I'm so thankful, dude. Because, you know, of all the times for Squid to decide to start doing the fox grind, feeders just released that attract foxes. I mean, that's Squidster luck for you right there, man. Oh, I love this game so much. I love this grind so much more, too, now. Lastly, as for this zone here, I really didn't change much. All I did was place a feeder right where I see them standing most of the time. This one's actually saying it's working on the map, so that's a good sign. This lake is like the best lake on the map for red fox. I changed nothing with my setup besides simply just placing a feeder there, because they all kind of congregate on this side of the lake. So let's go see what we can get done there, and then I'm going to show you guys my loadout real quick and tell you what I'm using. So on the way up there, obviously just for those common foxes that aren't rares and aren't diamonds, I'm using the 300 Magnum with the Odin scope. Strong suggestion for shooting the fox. For those fox that are trophies that I don't want to mess up, like diamonds, rares, etc., I shoot it with a 257. You can also use the Quist Reaper 7.62, the AK caliber. You can use the 243. It's up to you. Just pick a fox gun, make sure it's ethical for class 2. And then using a huge gun like a class 7 to 9 on those common fox that you just want to drop instantly and don't want to have to worry about tracking, use the 300. The 300, the Odin, Daylight, and feeders. The fox grind changed, dude. Completely changed. This grind is actually usable now. Or doable. Or I think it's going to be a lot of fun, too, because I'll actually be able to hit the dang things. At least more than half the time, right? So I'm assuming a lot of the foxes didn't make it to the feeder yet. Either that or they've jumped to other lakes. Because the foxes are just going to jump around. They're going to jump between your feeders, but they can't leave these 5 lakes. So as long as you're shut up at these 5 lakes, you don't got to worry about anything. It's going to be the same herds of foxes that you're shooting. But every once in a while, once you flush enough foxes in and out, this lake becomes an absolute gold mine, and sometimes I'll have like 20, 30 red fox here. It's crazy, dude. It really is. Like I said, there's also the possibility they just haven't found the feeder yet. This is only the first rotation I've done. It does take some time for the feeders to kick in. You just gotta wait a little bit. But I mean, even right now, we can immediately get this male respawn simply just by swinging over and grabbing that female, which is a luxury I've never had. I've never been able to shoot the male and the female together. Because at night, I mean, you're aiming with a scope that's more zoomed out than the Odin while it's all the way zoomed out. Like, it's so tiny. It's so hard to get those follow-up shots. But hey, that's pretty much it, guys. There's really only one more thing that you could do, and that's set up more feeders. You can place a limit of 8 feeders on each map. So maybe place, like, I don't know, a feeder on this end of the lake or something. Get a tent and a tripod set up so that way you can try to get 2 different locations for maybe 2 different herds of foxes. Because sometimes the foxes are super spread out. It might not attract every herd at the lake, so the more feeders, the better. Maybe just set up feeders at random positions in between the lakes. Honestly, I might do that. That's actually a really good idea. Set up feeders at just random positions, like especially on the road here. Because the foxes are going to be traveling in lines that cross over each other in between these lakes to go from their rest, feed, and drink zones. It's just how their AI works, but they can't leave these 5 lakes, this upper left-hand corner here, because it's a home range. So just utilize all 8 feeders the best you can. If you copy the setup that I taught you guys how to set up today, you shouldn't have any issues. So far for me, it's working very, very well. I'm going to hunt them for a few hours, and if I have any issues with respawns or anything, I'll definitely make a clip on it. But I doubt we will. I mean, the feeders are so consistent for every single grind I've ever done with them. I've never had any issues. I hunted gray wolves for a couple hours this morning, had no issues whatsoever. And also, if you want to learn how to do the gray wolf grind with the feeders, or the tar grind with the feeders, or any other feeder grind, or frankly, any other Great One grind in the entire game, I'll leave the link to my Call of the Wild Updated Great One Grinds 2026 playlist in the description below. But hey guys, thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. If you did find today's video helpful in any way, shape, or form, it would be very, very much appreciated if you could help me out by smashing that like button. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers, as I mentioned, and as a 16-year-old content creator trying to turn this into my full-time job, your support is very, very much appreciated. Join the Discord server. The Squid Gang link is down in the description below. Join the family. We have the best Call of the Wild community. I say it all the time. I'll say it again. There's a reason why 5,500 people are in there, and there's a reason why they would all agree with me. We are the nicest, the most friendly, the most helpful. I'm actually in there in VC, public VC. You can talk to me if you want. Join VC, bro. I'm in there pretty much every single night. There's thousands of people in there. We have a whole team of people that answer questions called Wild Related. Join the Discord, man. You're missing out. As always, my name is Squid. You're watching Squidster Gaming. We'll catch you guys in the next banger. Peace out, my gamers.